In a previous video, we have talked about the difference between the prepositions da and per. Well, in today's video, we're going to do something a little similar, but we're going to talk about the difference between the preposition in and tra. Ciao a tutti, io sono Stefano and welcome back to my channel. I am an Italian teacher and I create videos here on YouTube about Italian and Italy. So if you're interested in learning or improving your Italian and also see what life is like in Italy through my vlogs, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. In today's video, we're going to talk about the difference between these two little prepositions, in and tra. And we're going to focus on the time aspect of these two prepositions. So we're going to see how these two prepositions are used in terms of time, so to express time. So we're going to talk about the preposition tra first, then we're going to talk about the preposition in, and then I'm also going to give you an example with these two prepositions in the same sentence so that you can better understand how to choose one over the other. But now let's start with the preposition tra. Now, the preposition tra has actually many uses. We're going to focus on the uses of tra in terms of time, but let me just briefly tell you what the preposition tra means. Mainly, the preposition tra means between. So, for example, I could say il ristorante è tra la banca e le poste. Il ristorante è tra la banca e le poste. Meaning that the restaurant is between the bank and the postal office. But tra also means among. So for example, I could say tra tutti I dipendenti tu sei il più bravo. Tra tutti I dipendenti tu sei il più bravo. So among all the employees, you are the best one. But now let's talk about the uses of tra when it comes to time. So the funny thing about tra is that when it comes to using tra to express time, it actually means in English. Okay, let me give you some examples to better understand. But basically, tra is used to talk about an action that is going to happen at a specific point in the future, starting from now. For example, partirò per l'Italia tra 2 mesi. Partirò per l'Italia tra 2 mesi. Here, I'm saying that I'm leaving for Italy in 2 months. So starting from now, in 2 months, I will leave for Italy. So as you can see, the action of me leaving for Italy is going to happen in a very specific moment in the future. In this case, 2 months, starting from now. So this is why we would use the preposition tra in Italian and say partirò per l'Italia tra 2 mesi. Or for example, I could say esco di casa tra 10 minuti. Esco di casa tra 10 minuti. Here, I'm saying that I'm leaving the house in 10 minutes. So starting from now, in 10 minutes, I will leave the house. Also here, note the preposition di with the verb esco. So usually, the verb uscire takes the preposition di in the expression, in the idiomatic expression, I would say, uscire di casa, to leave the house. So, esco di casa tra 10 minuti. I'm leaving the house in 10 minutes. Or I could also say, arrivo tra 2 secondi. Arrivo tra 2 secondi. You know, I'm always late with my friends, so there's this stereotype going that Italians are always late. Not all the time though, not all Italians are always late. I am though. So I always call my friends and say, arrivo tra 2 secondi. Arrivo tra 2 secondi. So basically, I will arrive, I'll be there in 2 seconds. So again, here what I'm saying is that in a very specific point in the future, in this case 2 seconds, even though it's not true, I will be there. Our last example is, tra 10 anni voglio essere un dottore. Tra 10 anni voglio essere un dottore. In this case, I'm saying that I want to be a doctor in 10 years. So again, in 10 years from now, I will be a doctor. So maybe I've just started college and then I'm going to go to medical school and stuff. So in 10 years from now, I will be a doctor. So, tra 10 anni voglio essere un dottore. So as you can see, the preposition tra is always used with the present or the future to express a future action and to express the idea that that future action is happening at a specific, defined moment in the future, starting from now. So it doesn't matter whether you use the future or the present with this preposition, you're still talking about the future. And you know that in Italian you can also use the present to talk about the future. So I would say that if you're talking about a planned future or something that is happening and it's pretty close to the present, I would just use the present, still to express a future idea. If you're talking about something that is further away in the future, then maybe you might as well use the future. But again, it doesn't matter. The line between present and future is very subtle in Italian. So when you're using the preposition tra, either you use it with the present or the future, you're still talking about an action that is going to take place in the future. Now let's talk about in. Now, the preposition in is used to talk about an action that took place in the past or will take place in the future to express the idea of how long it took you or it's going to take you to perform that action. So, for example, let's say, ho letto il romanzo in 2 mesi. Ho letto il romanzo in 2 mesi. So in this case, I'm saying that I read the novel in 2 months, meaning that it took me 2 months to read the novel. Now, I'm not giving you any information about when I read the novel. It could have been weeks ago or months, years ago, it doesn't matter. What I'm telling you with the preposition in is how long it took me to read the novel. So as you can see, with tra, I'm giving you a specific time in the future related to the present. With in, I don't really know where I am in the timeline. I just know that that action happened and it took me 2 months to read this novel. Ho letto il romanzo in 2 mesi. Or I could also do this in the future and say, scriverò il libro in 1 anno. Scriverò il libro in 1 anno. Again, here I'm not saying that I will start writing the book in 1 year, but I'm saying that it's gonna take me 1 year to write the book. Now again, it doesn't really matter when I'm gonna start writing the book. It could be tomorrow as well as, I don't know, in 10 years. But it's still going to take me 1 year to write the book. Scriverò il libro in 1 anno. Now let's see a sentence and let's try to use with this sentence both tra and in. Finirò il progetto in 1 settimana. Finirò il progetto in 1 settimana. And finirò il progetto tra 1 settimana. Finirò il progetto tra 1 settimana. So in the first sentence, I'm saying that it's gonna take me 1 week to finish the project. Now again, I don't care when I'm going to start the project. It's still going to take me 1 week. In the second sentence, finirò il progetto tra 1 settimana, I'm actually saying that I will finish this project in 1 week, starting from now. So I might as well have started this project maybe 1 year ago, but I will finish this specific project in a week, starting from now. So I hope that now you have a better understanding on how to choose in over tra and vice versa. And anyway, another question that I get a lot is what's the difference between tra and fra? So I'm sure that when you were studying preposition, you've been taught both tra and fra. So many students think there's a difference, but actually there isn't. Tra and fra are exactly the same. Like they are the same word. There is no difference at all. Let's say this once and for all. They are exactly the same. The only difference might be that we native speakers might prefer to choose one over the other for phonetic reasons, let's say. For example, if I want to say in 3 weeks, maybe instead of saying tra 3 settimane, that, you know, it's a little bit harder to say. I'm just gonna say fra 3 settimane. So I choose the fra over tra just because the following word starts with a T as well. But honestly, if I say tra 3 settimane, it doesn't sound weird at all to me. So yes, it might be a preference, but it's not a rule. And again, there is no difference between tra and fra. You can use one or the other. It's just a personal preference or whatever comes out of your mouth at that specific moment. Alright, so I hope that you liked this video. If you have any questions, let me know below in the comments. And don't forget also to check out my website, teacherstefano.com, for more resources and more educational content, but also my online course for beginners. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to see more educational content and also photos around Italy and stuff like that. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Alright, we are done for today's video. Don't forget to give it a like, as it's gonna help me tremendously to grow my channel, and also to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified every single time I upload a new video. Noi ci vediamo alla prossima lezione. Ciao!